Hey guys, Brad Danger here, and car companies are finally giving enthusiasts exactly what they asked for, and somehow is killing cars, enthusiast cars, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. This first one sounds small, but it's actually insane. Mazda just said that the next Miata is gonna stay under 2,200 pounds. That should not exist in this decade. Every single car around is getting heavier, not a little heavier, hundreds of pounds heavier. More safety systems, more sensors, more screens, more wiring, more sound deadening. Cars today are basically rolling iPads wrapped in airbags, and Mazda, well, it's just sitting there like, yeah, we're gonna make it lighter. That's not easy, that's not cheap, that's not even logical from a business standpoint, because the Miata is not some massive profit machine. It's not an SUV, it's not a crossover. It's this tiny two-seat sports car in a world that barely buys those anymore. So why do it? Because it feels right, and here's the part people online are missing. Everyone's arguing about which Miata is best. NA and B and D, rust, prices, spec. You're all arguing about leftovers because nothing new feels like those cars anymore. The Mazda is basically the last company still trying to keep that alive. And if they fail, the entire category dies with it. Now, this one is gonna make people uncomfortable. Nissan finally listens. They gave you a manual. They gave you a twin turbo V6, rear wheel drive, a real sports car. The Nissan Z is basically a checklist of everything enthusiasts scream about online. What happened? Nothing. Sales are weak, dealers are sitting on them, people aren't lining up, and the comments are hilarious. Oh yeah, now that it has a manual, I'll consider it. Consider it? You had years to buy something like this. This is the biggest lie in car culture right now. People say they want fun cars. They don't. They want to talk about fun cars because when it comes to actually spending their own money, comfort wins, convenience wins, practicality wins. So now Nissan is sitting there like, wait, we gave you exactly what you asked for and nobody showed up? That's dangerous. As manufacturers, notice that. Yo guys, a quick pause because this is super important. The giveaway is live right now and we're giving away this fully built, dripping in carbon Supra, 4 months in the making. And guys, it is the Tuner Hero spec, plus a Shelby GT350 with an exhaust that sounds absolutely ridiculous. So, if you want to win, you've got a decision to make. Do you get the JDM Legend, or do you get the American Icon? And guys, for a limited time, every purchase that you make on the site, which is pinned in the first comment down below, you get 2,000 bonus entries to win one of these cars, plus bonus cash, hat, shirt, entry pack, it don't matter. That's 2,000 extra chances on top. And Rocky from New York grabbed a quick entry pack last time and walked away with the GTR plus bonus cash. So yeah, it definitely happens. And we're running it back with 2 cars. So which one you picking? Let me know in the comments down below and go get entered as well. And good skill. Now, this next one looks like a massive win until you actually think about it for 3 seconds. BMW just announced the new i3 EV and it's supposed to have more range than a Tesla, 400 plus miles, insane charging speeds, huge headline. Sounds like the breakthrough everyone's been waiting for, except that number doesn't live in reality because real people don't drive in perfect conditions. Cold weather hits, you lose a chunk of that range immediately. Turn on the heater, lose more. Drive on the highway, lose more. So now instead of just getting in your car and going, you're managing it, like thinking about it. You know, you're calculating it. Nobody wants that. Nobody wakes up excited to babysit their car's battery. So yeah, the headline sounds incredible, but the experience still has friction. And until that friction goes away, this doesn't fully replace gas cars for most people. And this right here proves the point better than anything. Rolls-Royce, the most over-engineered, overbuilt, over-the-top cars on Earth, they tested EVs. They know EVs are smoother, quieter, technically better. And what did they do? They said, yeah, we're keeping that good old V12. Why? Because their customers don't care about efficiency. They don't care about range. They care about feeling something. They care about presence. They care about craftsmanship. V12, it's not logical, it's emotional. And at that level, emotion totally wins. So while the entire industry is sprinting towards electric, the top of the market's like, yeah, we're good. That should tell you everything about where we actually are. All right, this one is just disrespectful. Ferrari admitted that touch controllers are cheaper than real buttons. And instead of saying, hey, maybe we shouldn't cheap out on a 6-figure car, they went all in. They replaced physical controls with touch-sensitive nonsense, stuff you can't feel, stuff you have to look at, stuff that's objectively worse to use. And then when customers complained, Ferrari said, no worries, we'll fix it for like 20 grand. Think about that. You buy a Ferrari, then you have to pay extra to make it usable. That's not innovation, that's not progress, that is cutting costs disguised as technology. And it happens literally everywhere. Every brand is doing it. Screens replacing buttons, menus replacing knobs, and somehow we're all just accepting it. This next one though, every single person watching this has experienced. Modern headlights, they are insane. Driving at night now feels like a boss fight. SUV behind you, you're blinded. Oncoming traffic, you're squinting. Rain? Good luck. And the crazy part, this is considered an improvement. Brighter is better, except it's not, because now everyone is too bright. So nobody can see. And now governments are finally like, hey, maybe this is a real problem. Yeah, no kidding. We solved visibility and accidentally made driving more stressful. Now, this one seems very convenient, but it should make you nervous. Carvana. Yeah, buy a car online, no dealerships, no pressure, no awkward conversations. Sounds perfect, and honestly, that part is better. But here's what's happening behind the scenes. Carvana is buying dealerships. They're expanding control. They're becoming the thing they were supposed to replace. And once one company starts controlling the pipeline, inventory, pricing, financing, you don't have competition anymore. You have convenience and monopoly until it turns into control. And that's when things get very expensive. Now, this one feels like watching a brand disappear in real time. Jaguar, their design boss, he just said peace. And that alone isn't the story. The story is why it matters. Jaguar has been trying to reinvent itself for like decades. Luxury brand didn't stick. Performance brand, well, that didn't stick either. And now they're going all in on EVs. And nobody really knows what Jaguar even is anymore. That's the problem, because if you don't know what your brand stands for, why should anybody else even care? This isn't a redesign. This is a brand trying to figure out if it still matters. And this one really hits hard for most enthusiasts. The WRX is getting discontinued in Japan, and people are debating the reasons. Regulations, emissions, regional differences, all valid, but none of that is the main reason. Sedans, as a whole, they're dying. That's it. People are not buying them. So it doesn't matter how good the WRX is. It doesn't matter how iconic it is. If people stop buying the type of cars that it's built on, the car, well, it disappears. And that's the brutal truth. And well, this one kind of exposes everything. The C8 Corvette, probably the best value per dollar sports car, supercar out there that you can buy. Everyone says they want a manual version. Everyone, but the GM said no. And the reason is simple. Not enough people actually buy manuals. That's it. Not performance, not engineering limitations, demand. Because at the end of the day, manufacturers don't build what people say that they want. They build what people will buy. So when you step back and look at all of this together, here's what's really happening. Car companies are listening to enthusiasts and realizing enthusiasts are not the majority. They're loud, they're passionate. I mean, they're everywhere online, but they're not the ones driving the numbers, and the numbers, they decide everything. So yeah, you can keep arguing down in the comment sections. You can keep saying they should have made it manual. You can keep complaining about screens and weights and EVs, but none of that really matters because people vote with their wallets. And right now, they're not voting for the cars they claim to love. And that's why, one by one, those cars, well, they're disappearing. But you can win one of my 2 dream cars because I'm giving away a Shelby GT350 or a Mark V Fast and Furious Supra. All you have to do is click the link down below. And also hit the like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell. And yeah, let's hit 2 million subscribers this year. Also, let me know in the comments down below what you think of all this stuff. Check out some of these Ideal vids over here. I'm Brad Danger. This is Ideal. We'll catch you next week, and promise me one thing, keep living the Ideal lifestyle.